everyone, on this Friday, Patriots camp, day 3 in the books for this New England team, getting a lot of work in today. And today was all about the quarterbacks as far as the media is concerned. All 4 on the field doing drills, doing the 7v7, doing the 11v11, and then speaking afterwards. And Nick Giovanni was with us here. And I think, Nick, let's start with Jacoby Brissett. He certainly seems to be the professional, getting things done. And I thought it was interesting interacting with Drake Maye. He went over to him after Maye threw his first interception of camp and said, hey, don't worry about it. Just what is the next play? Throws a completion, and it meant a lot, I think, to both of them.
As you said back on day 1, he has been that calming presence in the QB room and the leader. Gerard Mayo talking about that this morning, just how much of a leader he's been, not just on the field, but in the classroom and beyond. As we learned today, the quarterback's talking about the work that they did before training camp to get on the same page together and start working on timing. It's so much about timing and that process of building that chemistry out here on the field. And we learned that it was Jacoby Brissett who drove the work down in South Florida leading up to this camp. Got all the quarterbacks, all the receivers down together to start that process early, knowing that this is a new system and you are going to see the errors like we did see with Drake Maye's first interception going to Matt Judon, who had himself a moment there, right?
Loved it.
It's a process, no question.
And the interesting thing, too, with Brissett is I asked him about, you were on the same field, years ago as a rookie. Mm-hmm. How do you look at that when you look at the rookies that you're with? And he said he still feels like a rookie coming out here, which is kind of cool. I guess you appreciate that passion, but, handing off that knowledge, everything he can to these quarterbacks, but also trying to be the starting quarterback of the New England Patriots.
Which is a heavy lies the crown, right? Because you are the reigning starter right now, or the presumed starter. Gerard Mayo saying just as much. But I'll tell you what, each quarterback kind of had their moment today. I feel like we started seeing them actually put on a show. Joe Milton with a beautiful deep ball down to, I think there was Javon Baker. Yeah, and then Drake Maye with his deep ball down the sideline to Jalen Polk. You saw some moments finally out of these guys. The first 2 days of camp, again, the acclimation period, they're still getting everything down at this point, right? So you're seeing a lot of balls hit the turf day 1 and day 2. Today we started to see some big plays and some reason for optimism.
Yes, still a lot of work. The offensive line, Gerard Mayo said again before today that they were going to mix guys in and out of the tackle. We see the 3 in the middle that are set.
Right.
David Andrews with Owenu and with who am I thinking of here? Come out and help me out here. The third player on the offensive line. I'll get it as we go here. And then just tackles rotating in and out. So we're seeing the defense get a lot of pressure. Mayo said the defense is going to be ahead of the offense. So that's all still a early work in progress here for this group.
And with that work, we learned today, Joe Milton was talking.
Thank you.
City So. There it is. I wish I could help you there, my friend.
Okay.
But we learned that as far as the work being done right now, I was talking to Joe Milton about kind of the mental reps that they're taking right now, because there's such an emphasis on that right now in these first few days of camps. He was actually sharing that really the big thing that he's doing right now is virtual reality. He said he's in the hotel room, got the goggles on there, and is going through the motions, going through his reads, going through his progressions, and actually still getting to do the full-on motions. Like he's getting the reps right now. So I mean, a different element being incorporated into the practice off the field.
All sports, college baseball, Major League Baseball, the guys are getting reps mentally that way, facing what looks like live pitching or live quarterbacks play and guys rushing at you and everything else. So why not continue? And you could tell Drake Maye the same way. Because if I'm better today than I was on Wednesday, it's a good day.
Yep.
That's what they're trying to do here and piecemeal together. Let's talk about the other story in camp. Before camp began today, Jabril Peppers agreeing to a 3-year contract extension worth a base of $25 million, according to Field Yates of ESPN, up to possibly $30 million. But again, you look at what he's meant to this team, he's been huge so far. Last year really has gotten better and better with that defense. 5th on the team in tackles with 78, 2 picks, a sack. He was a leader, and he was rewarded for that. Another one by the Patriots.
Gerard Mayo talking to you about his personality when he first came into the room back in the day. It was a bit much in Mayo's mind there.
Right.
And then, obviously the presence he's become. I mean, you look back at last season, just how tough it was for this entire Patriots locker room. He was the guy who was standing there taking the questions from day 1 till the very end. He was that voice in the locker room and a leader on that side of the field. Sets the tone from the energy standpoint, and at the end of the day is the ultimate competitor. So a great guy to keep in this locker room right now. And Mayo kind of changing things up. This was kind of the
right? Complete 180.
This
today.
was an example of the new era. Yeah, when he was like, you know what? I'm the head coach. I can confirm it. Yeah, confirmed. We got the deal.
There you go. So that's one huge difference right there out of the chute between Mayo and Bill Belichick. And let's wrap it up with Devon Godshaw. He spoke to the media as well, trying to do it delicately. He wants to be paid with the upper echelon of the guys in the middle of the defense. Says we don't get a lot of recognition for the job that he does. But remember, this run defense was very good until the last day or so of the regular season last year. He wants to be rewarded for it, and he's kind of doing that whole sit-in type of thing where he didn't practice yesterday, practice today, trying to get his money.
See what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. They're all getting money. I mean, I wish we worked for the Patriots
Extension
right now.
City.
Extension
City, man.
I know, right? Let's get Al Goebel, our photographer, an extension, too.
You get an extension now.
It's like Oprah. Everyone gets an extension. All right, the Patriots' first day
Except
off.
for Matthew Judon.
No Judon just yet. But his is a complicated one, but he'll get it, too. Day off on Saturday for this team. They'll be back practicing Sunday, and then the big day, Monday, first time, padded practice. If you want to come down, it should be a lot of fun to watch. It always is. Stay with us for the latest in coverage on WBZ TV and, of course, WBZ.com. Everything Patriots, we've got you covered. For Nick Giovanni, I'm Dan Roche, WBZ Sports.